Hey everybody, my name's Chad Sansing. I'm here from prereview.org. We're all about open preprint reviews for all researchers, and it's great to say hello to this side of the room as well. How's everyone doing over here? There was a brief introduction, but for the 98% of you who don't know who I am, the slide on the computer explains it all. You can't see that, but let me reiterate. I'm from prereview.org. I'm the newly minted product manager there. I've been there since about November. Prior to that, I worked at the Mozilla Foundation on a number of curricular, programmatic, community-based things, including MozFest, and came within the orbit of all kinds of wonderful open science folks. Hey, there it is. I was also once upon a time a teacher and a school starter, and if you ever cross paths with me online, you will no doubt get some of the hottest takes you've ever heard on peer review from my chief canine officer, Sleepy the dog. Now, at pre-review, we envision a world in which feedback to scholarly outputs is done openly, rapidly, and constructively by a diverse global group of peer reviewers. And we want to extend that group of peer reviewers to traditionally marginalized groups and to early career researchers in such a way that they build collective, shared power, and they're acknowledged, they're recognized, they're valued in ways that have to do with constructive contributions to scholarship, community engagement, somewhat independently, right, of seniority and other forms of prestige. Sub-bullets might include increasing the number and diversity of reviewers worldwide, lowering the barriers to participation. Particularly, our interventions are around open peer preprint review. We want to provide training and mentorship. Don't expect this to happen in a vacuum or for people to arrive on the scene ready to do all these things given just variance. We want that shared power, that collective power amongst reviewers to grow. They're primarily the folks for whom we design things. And we want to sustain open practices and values in society as well as in scholarly communication. So we have three pillars that we work through. We have an open peer review, open reviewers training program. Traditionally, we've worked with other organizations to offer that to folks within their spheres that are their reviewers. However, we know there's folks all around the world who might be independent scholars or whose organizations and institutions can't necessarily afford such a training. So we've recently started offering free open trainings for scholars who want to sign up on their own, for researchers who want to do that. All the way on the other side, we also provide training not only in kind of peer review, debiasing review, we also help people learn how to run live journal clubs or asynchronous journal clubs if they're interested in the community organization aspect of it, or some kind of collective review process. And all of these things are meant to be helped, facilitated by our platform, which is prereview.org, and that's where we have a workflow for writing full reviews. Right now we have paused our rapid review feature because we're redesigning it with community. That should be back this summer in terms of Northern Hemisphere seasons. And then after that, we're going to engage in a similar process of discovery and overhaul with our community features, and then again, search and discoverability, because we'll have changed so much that we'll need kind of new terms, new ways to find out what's at prereview.org. So in terms of things that might be of special interest to you, our trainings that are focused on open preprint peer review have to do not only kind of like with structure, the kinds of things that you need to take into account if you might be new to this, if you're an early career researcher, but also perhaps how to investigate your own biases and to debias some of your own work. We work with collaborative, collective reviewers through our journal club trainings and mentorship. We facilitate those as well. And then again, we're overhauling all kinds of features on the website to make authoring as well as requesting reviews easier than ever. So if you're working with a cohort of reviewers, if you are recruiting, if you are scouting, if you are trying to build up a more diverse pool of reviewers yourself, particularly at the preprint stage of scholarly publication, we'd love to talk with you. We'd love to explore those possibilities. And if there's some place where we have all these people ready to go, we could use help framing, training, having a platform where they can author things that we can easily ingest. We'd love to talk to you about those things. These are some of our funders and partners. You can find a more full accounting on our webpage. They do things like support our community engagement and user research efforts. They help us build out the platform and our request to review feature, things like that. And then many of them have either engaged with us in trainings or have done pilots with us for like live journal club trainings for people within their organizations as well. So there's a lot going on. We just wrapped up our user research community design sprints about our rapid pre-review feature, but coming up in June, which you can learn more about by subscribing to our newsletter, we're going to repeat that process with community features. So we're going to be asking reviewers, how do you want to be recognized? How do you want to be valued? How do you want to be discovered on prereview.org? If you, as editors, folks involved with journals, publishers, are curious about what they have to say, or if you have some ideas about how we can provide, collective value to you through the shared collective power we're building with reviewers, I totally encourage you to join those calls and be part of the stakeholders who help shape the features of an overhauled prereview.org, which, we work agilely. We're a small team. It's very likely that not everything will be perfect right away, but we're hoping to have most of what we're doing revamped ahead of the next academic year so that if, say, lab leads, professors, educators come back, there'll be a fresh site to use to engage their students. It'll also be there for you to engage other reviewers. You can also get the lowdown at community@prereview.org. And if you have any questions in the meantime, I'm just Chad at prereview.org, the product manager. Thanks.